Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Purplatypus is the name. And today we're going to continue our series talking about the three big bads. We're going to kind of show them off. I'm going to break down their kit, tell you why I'm right, you're wrong. And today we're doing Herminia. So Herminia has been like, to me, get it out of the way. I think Herminia is the strongest of the three. She feels broken. And when I say broken, I do mean overpowered, but beyond that, I mean, I feel like they fucked up her math. Like, I feel like she's stronger than her math implies. Her damage is so high, it doesn't make sense to me. So let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what she does. Let's go status. Why do I announce everything I do before I do it? Because that's the kind of player I am. You can see I got mine at level 87. She is Awaken 1. Going for a Gust kind of gives you a little bit of extra juice there. My hair looks really good right now. Don't judge. Don't be jealous either. She also, that is quite the picture, I gotta say. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So, why is she the best? Partially because of her passives, but not necessarily, I think. So when using a battle skill, have a 30% chance to summon Lady in Waiting to inflict bleeding on a random target. So this means you have a 30% chance to inflict bleed, basically. The fact that this says summon Lady in Waiting doesn't feel like it actually matters. It just like that seems more thematic than anything. But basically, the bleed does seem guaranteed though. I don't think I've ever seen anything resist the bleed. So 30% chance, and when you get that 30% chance, you get a guaranteed bleed on a random target. That's not inherently insane, but it does mean that you could bleed on literally every single one of her skills as a potential, instead of it being, my cat is using my deck box to sleep right now. Look at this. Fucking A, these headphones, bro. Look at this. Hi, buddy. He's using my deck box to sleep on. That's so fucking cute. But it does mean that you don't have to use specific skills to inflict bleed. You're just gonna get bleed over time, which is good because obviously, as you could suspect, her kit synergizes with that. Raise bow and fan damage of self by 20%. Not insane. We've seen better, we've seen worse. But this is good in the sense that it is two types. Even though she's a hunter, she does have multiple skills that allow her to do fan damage. She only just can't like auto attack. So her passives are both, I think, good, but not like insane. As far as her ultimate seems really strong. Even at level 1, it does a potency of 500. And then it's 20% more powerful. So it actually does, what is that? 20%, it's 100 more. So it actually does a potency of 600 if the target is bleeding, which is very easy to make it happen. In fact, let's go ahead and enhance that. Look at that. We just made it twice as strong. Or, you know, whatever. 20, is that 22% stronger? It's 2% stronger. So now as for her actual skills, she's actually got some pretty insane ones. Let's start low down and we'll go up though. 1,000 Scythes. Deal fan damage to all foes. Have a moderate chance to inflict bleeding. Now normally this attack would be, I think, decent on a lower, maybe a lower star character or just a weaker character. But yeah, it does fan damage, but she already has a chance to bleed from every battle skill, even Safeguard Powder. So literally everything has a chance to bleed, so this isn't particularly good. It does double up on that chance. But the potency is kind of low, so even though it's like an okay skill, I think it's just so much worse than her other skills. Impart entire front row with physical defense up and elemental defense up. Kind of interesting for a hunter to have that kind of stuff, although I know they've been adding more types of, like I've seen Chloe, I think is her name, where she's like a healing hunter or something, so they are starting to break the mold of what characters could do in these things, but it is still, that's a very dancer ability, you know. Blazing Aurora, I don't think she's ever going to use it. Like, I don't think you would ever use this skill, but it is not terrible. It just, she does so much damage, you would want to do something else. Deal elemental light damage to all foes, potency of 180. Her elemental attack is pretty low. This is probably, these three abilities are all kind of bad, I'll be honest. But then it kicks into overdrive. These last 5 abilities are great. Quadruple steady shot. Single foe 4 times. Obviously a good shield breaker. Pretty good damage. Not absolutely insane, but it is good. And it's definitely going to be a shield breaker more than anything. And then we have the Spill of Moonlight, deal elemental light damage to a random foe 4 times. So it is a random foe, but 4 times means it does more hits than like the Raging Luminescence, right, of like a det. So it is a better shield breaker for less damage, but again, sometimes she's really good at breaking shields on light, on fan, and on bow, which is great because that's just a lot of coverage. Wild Lacerating Fan, deal physical fan damage to a random foe 4 times and have a moderate chance to inflict bleeding with every attack. I mean, if you really need to inflict bleeding, but again, this is mostly, these are 3 shield breaking abilities in a row. So you take the one that you need for the fight, or the 2 or 3 that you need for the fight, and then you have your damaging abilities down here. Radiant Arrow, maybe my favorite ability in the entire game. This is like the closest, this is like a damage over time ability kind of, but from the turn, so you use the skill, nothing happens. You get quick strikes or whatever. But then at the start of every turn, after you hit fight, before any characters go, an AoE bow attacks hits everybody. With a potency of 180, it's a pretty high potency. So at first, for 0 boost, it's 2 times. Then at max boost, it's 5 times, right? It's 5 turns. So it is a 5x attack with max boost, but it happens over the course of 5 turns. But it's cool. It deals great damage. It's AoE, and you only have to do it once, and then it frees her up to do this hit. Then she could do other stuff, right? Because this is going to attack for the next 5 turns. So you kind of just keep this up all the time. Radiant Arrow is absolutely insane. One of my favorite abilities, if not my favorite ability in the game. Absolutely, it's fucking fun. It's a cool, fun ability. I want more like this. Now, deal physical fan damage to a single foe. This is the ability that, to me, feels broken, man. Feels actually broken. 260 potency is high, and then 20% more damage if they're broken, and then you absorb damage dealt as SP. Like, this thing hits for like 20,000 like all the fucking time. It just hits so hard all the time. I mean, she does have high physical attack, but it's like not higher than, it's still lower than my Fiora, I think, and it doesn't matter because the potency is only it's like 20 higher, but it just hits so fucking hard. That 20% damage when they're bleeding must really just be doing a lot of the legwork. I don't know. It's 20% more potent, so maybe there's like a breakpoint with potency where, like, it's not increasing. Like, if you do 10,000 damage, but an opponent can block 9,000, right? You're only going to deal 1,000 damage. So if you double your attack and you do 20,000 damage, you're not dealing 2,000 damage, even though that's how much you were dealing 1,000 before. You know, you're dealing 1,100 damage, you know, or sorry, 11,000 damage, right? So like maybe it's that kind of thing where when the potency goes up, it's not increasing the end how much damage you deal, it's increasing the total amount. So it's like, it just seems like, it seems very strong. It seems like multiplicative or something here. Draining Arrow, I think, has the exact same thing going on. Draining Arrow is not quite as good because it gives you HP, which it's weird that the SP is 1% and the HP is 10%, I feel like, because I already heal to max at 8 SP or HP, even with like the 1% on HP would probably be enough for the full heal, but still, Draining Arrow is good, but you're typically, unless you're like, you're gonna have her try to solo something, I think that she'll be fine with just the SP. So overall, just kind of a broken character. We will take a look at her A4 accessory. I actually think she has the weakest A4 accessory, which is a good thing in my opinion, because she's just so good early on. I mean, it's still good, but raise bow and fan damage 10%, that brings her passive from the 20 up to the 30. High chance to inflict all enemies with bleeding for 3 turns. That's just like not that good. It's fine, but she already inflicts bleeding so fucking easy, you know? Between her and Stead, like, they're just bleeding everything, and it's like she doesn't even need to worry about it. So I don't think it's that good, honestly. But let's go ahead and we'll just do a random fight here. Can we go fight a and then we'll call it. I probably shouldn't announce the end of my videos before it comes up. I think it's bad for retention, but whatever. I don't get watched by that many people, and if you watch, you're sticking around. You're one of the good ones. I think this was my Tilkin team, if I had to guess. I'll have to, I want to update my Tilkin team once I got some better weapons and stuff. So let's take a look here. Where did I put her? There she is. So if we look at Radiant Arrow, which is what we're going to do first. In fact, we'll just do it without the boost. And then everyone else's attack and hopefully not win. So there we go. Swift strikes, and she went and inflicted the bleeding. And now we can see at the start of the next turn here, she's going to absolutely, it's just going to go off. It's awesome. I don't know why she has axe and polearm damage up. Maybe it's one of her accessories or something, or maybe it's like a character passive. Follow-up skill, I think that's probably the... That's the quick strikes. No, swift strikes is there. I don't know. But I guess it doesn't matter. So let's take a look at this attack here with max boost through shields. He does have weakness. Let's have everyone go there except for you. I want you to hit him. Okay, well, there we go. It just, like, 20,000. Just, like, nothing, too. That's, like, through shield. She just hits so fucking hard. It's, like, crazy. I don't even think that guy was bleeding. Like, if it was 20% more, would that be even better? Let's go ahead and show her ultimate at least once. You know what? That should be nice and easy because I have the... That's why I got this. It was actually really important that I get this for the video game because I need it for the, you know... Exactly. I needed to make content. I couldn't make content the same if I couldn't use their ultimates easily in the first round of combat. I had to spend that money. They're not even bleeding. I don't think this ability does as much as her other attack. Look at that. They're so fucking badass. I did half the damage. But to be fair, it is level 1 or 2. It is low, and they weren't bleeding. But overall, just like fucking insane. Let's see how much damage this does right here. 25,000. Like, doesn't that feel broken? Doesn't that feel fucking broken? Maybe it's not, but it fucking feels broken. Whoops. 11. Like, come on. Something's wrong with that. Maybe not, but that's some fucking good damage. She seems she's just ridiculous. So if you got her and you were going for a different character, don't feel bad. You got one of the best characters in the game. But overall, that's going to be my thoughts on Herminia, if that is her name, which I am now forgetting. What was I going to say? I don't know. I just fucking brain farted there. She is very good and definitely worth getting. And I don't know if I would say she's a must pull, but I think a lot of accounts are going to have one of these three because you're going to just pull on this until you get someone. And they're all great, but Herminia, I think, is the one you should be the most excited to have, honestly. And yeah, that's going to be it. Guys, thank you. Much love. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. You guys know you're probably already subscribed, but if you're not, make a second account and subscribe to me. That's illegal. You'll go to jail, but do it for me. All right, peace out, friends. See you next time.